What's an acceleration barometer? Everybody understand that? The contusion levels it has on its microvalve reduction line system. Understand your positions. It's crazy what's going on with me in my operating locations. My body frame system is coming into robotic location, which means it's setting positions in so many millions of years. The binary system, the condition line system, is acting everything through humanitarian grounds, which means that it's going on a sun rotation system, the calculation modifications, open everything through triangle locations, which puts everybody into sonic waves of reduction. Now, let's understand your frames. Let's understand your digital frames. Okay, you understand the communications. What you understand Vega through communication, you understand everything through information. Now, my team knows these things through calculation. They understand their modification levels. They understand their modules. They understand their motion sensors. When we come into formation systems, understand positions. Before I get started, thank you very much for subscribing to my channels. I keep you force rising, grand rising, what's going on in space and time. The anomalies and everything through connections. We got into the galaxy switch. We got into the anomalies of space and time switch. Now we're coming into the reductions of codes, which is connected to our binaries and our conceptual lines of communication. So it's to understand what's going on through factors and everything through factoring level conditions. You have to understand the importance of levels of healing. It's truly understand what is healing. It's not through the body system. It's done through the planet position. That's why it's so powerful. So people got to stop thinking of me as just as a healer. I'm not just a healer. I heal your planet. Okay, that's why it's so powerful. So it's understanding the recognizing system through its hydraulics, through its surface, through its location, to its position. Okay, even if you're skeptical, even if you're stubborn, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't believe in it. Okay, these are the things that I can do. And it's all about understanding where you are through your planet positions. I've done it already through mind telepathy. I connect with your planet right away. Your planet connects with me because I connect to everything through the body frame. Remember, I've traveled billions and trillions into the future. So I'm force recognizing everything through the binary codes of reduction systems. It's code frequency level through its connection, right? So I'm going to show you. This is on the YouTube platform, right? So you guys get a better understanding. Now, my team will understand the connections of its binary. Okay, it's on its conceptual level because they're interforcing right now to 90 atmospheric positions. So basically, I put this down on the YouTube so everybody gets a true understanding of what it is. We are now coming into the binary recode, reduction, plasma interfacing energy, contusion patterns of infusion readings to space and time simulation graph and symbols. The convulsions and pulsar radiation is recreating new factors of binary surfacing lines of communication, of teleporting motion sensors of high frequencies of sonic waves, which is now interlocking plasma webs of interlocking forces to connections of E-fields of wall connections. Okay, so it's kind of going into the sun rotation centers to its reduction system. So basically, I want to point that because it's extremely powerful how we come into higher levels of ourself into the brain location system. The allocated positions to understanding your planet position of healing. It's all connected to everything through a virus. Your planet can have a virus. Okay, it's connected to your body frame. It's connected to your binary codes. It's connected to your reduction symbols or anything through calculation. It's truly understanding your modification levels that you're reaching through traction positions. Okay, so when you go through my healing, I go right to your planet. You guys don't know the codes, what I'm doing. You don't understand the healing connection line system. Now, humanity is coming into more stubbornness because they don't understand what's going on. Remember how you're traveling through orbs and you're going through its awareness and you're waking up more and more and more and more. So as humanity wakes up more and more, it sends out more sonic waves of patterns, more connections. Because you're all connected to northwest, south, and east. So everything in the triangle, everything digital frame, everything through coloration, everything through holographic system is a binary. So it's understanding the lock and key of your system and how to open up all your circuitry levels and everything through electrical system of a valve. What is that? You don't know what that is. You have to travel to understand these things. Because everything through the space of atmosphere and everything through time of travel is nothing but vibration. Okay, that's all it is. It's all vibration. Nature has its own reduction, it has its own code, it has its own binary. It's all digital. Okay, so when you go into laser direction of perception and you see water, I love water because I am water. It's all in a continuous force, right? With Pisces, you know, and the thing is, this is another thing, is understand the binaries, is understanding we're coming into Piscean air, out of the Aquarius and coming into the Piscean. So that's understanding that you have to get your evolvements with balance, okay? Get into the connections, because I was born in 69. You put 69 together, it's yin and yang. That's the creation. That's everything through the simulation path. But you understand your code reductions, and you have to understand everything through your symbols, because your shapes, letters, and numbers. Imagine that, your shapes, letters, and numbers. And like I said, your point viewing level connections, 2 dimensionals of your connection. Okay, so your paint by numbers. So it's to understand your colorations into your binary receptive levels, whether your electrical light systems or anything calculation. But all this healing is done, okay, through your planet position. You can have a virus rotation center. You can have electrical line system of plasma that's on the surface side through its bi-surface system to it's allocated of its north system of your planet position. You have to understand how to communicate as intelligence through a formation of space and time, because you know for sure that all planets are in a solar system, right? You understand why they're in the solar system. You understand why the Earth is in the center position in space. Space is very real. We know that. So it's understanding space, of time, of travel. And this is all connected through your planet. Okay? So when you go through my healing or anything through that connection, I go right to your planet. Your planet tells me the position. It tells me what's wrong with your body activation system. Okay. Now you can either do that through healing, through connections, see your higher self. I saw you in physical form. I see your higher self right away, and your higher self is communicating with me. Or whatever position you're at or dimension, it doesn't matter. I heal you instantly. And that's how powerful it is. The more you travel into the future, the more you bring back higher vibration of locations. You come into the grams, you come into the recircling, the recycling, you come into the resurfacing, the realigning, readjusting. Okay, it's all about rewiring. Okay, it's all putting everything back into position. And you have to understand these positions when it comes into your planet positions. Okay, so you're the cause of your own system. Okay, and it's all connected to your planet system. You can have 2 rotation cycles of a planet position that's covering its gravitation of its pole system, which means that you have 2 planet positions and it's surfacing, but it's not showing light, right? So it's creating its own dark realm. You remember, you create your own system, right, of negative systems. You can come into a black hole, you can surface into a matrix, electrical box, and connect to those framing systems. Okay, so you have to understand where the soul is through connection, because it's all connected to your planet positions. Okay, as I'm connected to Lemuria, right? So when you get into that formation, your intelligence tries to understand more of what's going on with your planet positions and all locations of the solar system, how everything operates of vibration, energy, and frequencies, guys. Okay, and I keep saying that over and over. You want the keys to the universe, you have to understand these things. And it's all connected through space and time when it comes to everything through wire. So you have to understand the wire inside you. You have to understand the electrical valves. You have to understand the microchips. You have to understand the microbiome. You have to understand the cranial. You have to understand the placebo. You have to understand the cortex. You have to understand everything that's inside you is connected to your planet. Your planet is its position, its location to everything through healing. All right? It volumes and volumes in so many levels, okay, of history. Your planet is history. Lemuria is history. Atlantis has history. Mars has history. The moon, the sun, everything is history. Okay? So once you get connected with your planet positions and vortexes to different locations. Okay? So wherever you travel, your planet travels, because you're a magnetic. Okay? It's like a lasso, you know? And it grabbed the planet. So the planet is with you all the time. All the time. It's a magnetic force. It's recognizing you through calculation, right? So even if you're skeptical, even if you're stubborn, or even if you don't believe in this or you don't believe in that, it doesn't matter. I heal you right away through your planet and open up all your rotation cycles of your light system. Even if you're in a dark rotation of a Trojan or anything, that calculation, all I do is I change your computer operation center. I just go in the center position of your planet to find out what's wrong with its connection. And it's all done through bioscanning. Okay? Because everybody's in a different planet of surface. Okay, they're never in one position. And that's what's so fascinating, is to know that you have a DNA structure of a plan, a blueprint, a contract. A lot of people call it the collective. Okay, well, the collective is your planet. So it's trying to understand where you're coming from, where you're getting all this information. Okay, you want to travel to higher positions, you got to go through the moon programs. Okay, if you want to understand more of your radiation to a holographic system, you have to understand how to communicate with the sun. Okay, if you want to understand everything through shapes or anything through calculation, you have to understand everything through the structures of light and dark. It positions you on so many levels, okay, of containment centers. So the anomaly switches is understanding your shapes, letters, and numbers. And then you understand more formation when it comes into paint by numbers. Okay. But what I showed you, okay, exactly what's going on right now, everything that I give you is in chronological order of its presence to its future. Okay. It's done in its past, but I give it to you and present it to you of its presence. So you know what's going on in space and time of its future. Now we have a lot of facilitators, light workers, that are coming into more dark rotation centers, and they're platitude higher levels of dark information, and they're going through repetitive motions. Okay, and you have to be cautious on that. You know, especially when there's a lot of communication cycles that are coming into traction positions, but you have to understand your reductions, and you have to understand, you know, your surfacing levels. You have to understand your biochemical system. You have to understand your biochemistry system. You have to understand your biomixture systems. Everything in space and time has its connection of form. So understanding what is your placebo, what is your cortex, what is your spine activated to, how do I open up my dream location positions? What is my dream? You have to understand the deciphering of dreams, right? So humanity is coming more into traction of bioconnection surface, of bioconnections of alignments, which means that they're going into co-reduction. And basically the sun interference and its interlocking location is going into different realm divisions. Remember how I changed the sun interference? And now you see it in an energy bubble, a red radiation cycle to its position. Well, it's surfacing all dimensions of realms right now, and it's healing everything through the brainwave patterns of humanity's system. Okay, so all portals of three-dimensional system is closed, right? And now we're in the gateways of five-dimensional system. Okay, so it's a new position, a new body activation light system, a new ground formation, a new pattern location, a new binary code of computer system. So it's breaking down the old patterns and bringing into the new patterns of new program settings. Okay, so if you want to go through my healing, that's exactly what it is. If you want to go through my email, all you got to do is you go through the consultations, and I'll tell you exactly what's going on, right? I bioscan you, okay? And basically, bioscan is basically going through the structural levels of your bone deirritations. You go through coloration patterns, you go through microvalves. Remember, I go through the wire locations of you, okay, because you're connected to your planet position. So this is really strange, because you have to understand, if you don't understand your planet position, you're not understand anything through your body framing system, through calculation, right? So, and it all starts with E equals MC squared, okay? So the more you understand that, the more you understand everything through travel. And I keep going back, phrasing videos, understand what everything through connections of Einstein, everything through levels of Tesla, and everything through Stephen Hawkins, okay? Now, there's a lot of misrepresentation there. There's a lot of miscommunication and a lot of diffusion of functions, okay? It's decreasing the levels of what's going on with your body framing system, and it's all connected to your thoughts of recognition. Your thoughts is everything through its healing. So once you understand your wire connections, you understand your analysis. Your analytical mind and your graphing positions are high forcing everything through string theory. And what is string theory? I give you an optical level of what is string theory. It's a connection of you through travel, right? It's a thread rotation center to a vibrational system that allocates to positions of planet positions of GPS location systems. String theory goes on so many levels of traveling positions. So it's like connecting one planet to another planet through string, and that string is vibration. So it's understanding, where did string theory come from? Well, it's like asking, where did the moon come from? Where did the sun come from? Where did humans come from? Right? It's all connected through space and time. We're all connected to energy, frequency, and vibration, and everything through its resistance becomes its phenomenal of its harmonic resistance. Okay, and that's why with your commander, everything in the background, you hear voices, you hear sonar, you hear planet positions, you hear number frequencies, you hear calculation, because my views are higher levels now through connection, right? And it's connected to 222. It's an extremely powerful portal, okay, to its relation, to its rotation, and everything to its center of its planet position. So you understand the communications. More you understand your binary connection, it's going into its reduction, to its code frequency. Now that code frequency activates everything through Vega communication, right? So it's putting new frame, new digital numbers into illumination star recognition light system. Remember, the starlight recognition light is connected to its UFO through its cloud interference. Okay, I did a backphrasing video where I used my finger joints or anything connection, electronic interference, and I lit up the sky with the connection of its reflection. You are a reflection to everything through connection. So the more you understand that, the more you get into the sonic waves. Right. So other than that, do you have any questions or comments? You can go through my healing. But before I get started, I really like to give this to everybody's attention. I'm going to be setting up a new Space Discoveries season 2. It's going to be really cool. I just did season 1, 6 episodes. I'm going to be doing, I think I'll probably do 6 or 8, and it might be between 3 to 4 to 5 to 10 minutes. And it gives you a little bit more about the planet of Earth. It gives you a little bit more gravity system connection of sleep deprivations, anything through acceleration, anything through connection of astral traveling. It's all about your body frame and where it is through the chakra system. So this 6 episodes, it's going to give you more of understanding what's going on with your body, what's going on with the Earth of the body, what's going on with planet positions of the body, and how everything is formed in the galaxy positions, how you vortex out of your body. So I think humanity has to get into more of that to truly understand who they are through their spacecraft locations, to positions of planet positions of traveling, all connected to your lights, your thoughts, and everything through your body activation light system. You're all connected to the chakra system. So the forming system is going to be really powerful. I'm going to be setting it up. I just have to go through scriptures. I've already got the plateaus of what I'm going to do through the videographing system. It's extremely real through digital frame. Remember, I was communicating with space discoveries and time zones and how you travel through acceleration to time capacitor. What is time capacitor? What is that? Well, it's the capacitor of you through your body frame. What is time? Your positions of your thought through your lights. Where are you traveling in time? Okay, that's to understand where you are connected through your thoughts. Are you in the past of traveling? Are you in the presence of traveling, or are you in the future of traveling? That's the positions you got to put yourself in. And it all connects through your healing. Okay? So when you put negative systems, you're creating wire reduction. You're creating wire refocusing. So it's all about recalculating. Calculating. Okay? Going into the modulations, okay, to the remodulation. So it's yin and yang, guys. So it's understanding the birthing system of yin and yang through line division through its reduction location position. Your containment centers and your body frame system has to understand its perception, its audios, its voicing, and its mind collaboration through its heart, through its thoughts, its lights, and its body. Okay, or you can't travel to anything through recognition. Okay, so you always have to put yourself in the presence every single day, 24/7. Then you have a healthier body through the mind, the heart, and the soul. Okay, because the soul identifies everything through the portal. When it comes to the heart is the cycle. It's the alpha and the omega and the micro and the macro. We already know that. And then you get connected to Buddha, then you get connected to Dalai Lama. You already know that. Then you come into the transmission light, which is your third eye. That's the realm. That's the travel. So before you understand your intelligence, you have to understand all these things. Okay, because it's going to modify you through intelligence. It's going to integrate all levels of your E equals MC squared and take it out of this equation. I said that before through calculations, right? So, new learning movies. Yeah, that's it, Tina. Yeah, I did Space Discoveries. You saw 6 episodes, but this one is going to be more informative with the body, more with humanity, and more of the 5th dimensional system, more positions of planet positions, what galaxy is through calculation, how does it motivate, how does it go through emotions, Remember, everything you're connected to is inside you. You are connected to space and time like you wouldn't believe. And when I say you wouldn't believe, you'd be amazed what you can do through the mind. Okay? There's a lot of YouTube channels out there that understands this connection of its thoughts. You can create anything through a thought, but you have to visualize it. And it's not just believing it. You have to become it. And to become it has to become its magical system of you through calculation. And then when you travel through positions, you come back into your forming system of the physical system of 5D, and then you can go into the healing and change everything through formation. But you have to have balance of your yin and yang positions, guys. You have to understand your wind cycles. You have to extend all levels of expansion, okay, to its creation, of its illustration, to its activation, lights and colors, and body activation through your thoughts. So that puts you in better positions, right? So I'll let you know, okay, I'm just letting you know now, the introduction is going to come up. It's going to be pretty fascinating, okay? So Space Discoveries was very successful, but it's kind of like a 5-minute to 10-minute movie, which is like 3 hours. Remember, I have no filter when I communicate, right? So you, through intelligence, when you see something, you're going through a digital frame and you have no filter because you're traveling in space of dimension of time to understand what you're seeing in its direction. Okay? So basically, perfect example. I know I'm on the Earth. I already know that. Truly understand that. So the balance location position, I see so many different cars. I said that before, are all white. White seems a symbol a lot in Mexico, right? So basically, there's a white SUV, okay? It's got a pole interference in the front through connections. It's got a back forcing house location. It's got a ground formation system, and the stabilizing of its connection is activating through its core recognition light system. Now, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? That's a truly understanding how things are connected to a car. Now, I understand the proactive system. I understand my motions. I understand everything through motion sensors. My digital frame sees the car as it is. It's standing in position right now. So I don't just see the car, you see everything through the car around its atmosphere. And that's where it comes into a story frame. Okay? So my team's understanding more of themselves because they're going through my telepathy system. Okay? So I'm getting sonic waves right now to the planet of Mars. So understanding communications. It wasn't Neptune. It wasn't anything through astrologics of any other planet like Mercury. It's connecting to Mars. How do I know that? Because I understand the codes. Every planet has a code. Every humanity has DNA. So your all traction position of behavioral system through vibration. You all have coloration of rainbow. It's understanding the activations of its rainbow. That's all binary codes. And it's all connected to energy, frequency, vibration. And the harmonic resistance gives you the phenomenal how to understand your wire circuits, your electrical circuits, your microbiome circuits, okay, your electrical valve circuits, okay. Everything through your circuitry level system is everything through travel position, through your plasma, understanding your web connections, your wall interference connection locations. I said that in Space Discoveries, right? Pattern divisions, understanding vortex, understanding lacing lines of lights, how everything plateaus, how it goes into confusing line signals. Okay, so if you get a graphing signal like this, another one like this, and it comes in frame, okay, so it's coming in this way and it's coming in this way, what's happening, right? It's coming into form, right? So it comes into a lacing line and it comes in together like this, right? And then it blends into a pattern. Okay, it blends into a pattern and it creates something else. So when it comes together, it forms into something beautiful, intelligence. Okay, and then it high rises out of its reduction to its containment system to allocated positions. It comes out of its equation. So it goes into a new formation of a light. So, you know, you got to get into more lacing line locations, pattern location of vortex positions. You come into triangle location positions. You come into the prothesis, the gamma thesis, the octave thesis. An octave thesis is a connection to the brain location of sonic waves. So It's amazing because your commander travels in so many alignments. I get cybergenetic eye interference now. Now I'm in the robot locations of humanity 2. It's bio, international, okay, coming into the correlation of the center positions, okay, the traction locations of the microchip valve positions of humanity to the heart reduction light system. So it's trying to understand how humanity is made. It's fascinating, okay? So when you take, basically, you take your arm, right? And you go like this, really, really fast. Okay, it's heat. It's going really fast and it's traveling, right? So it's creating a pattern, right? And it's going. So you have to understand what your arm is doing. It's all circuitry lights, right? So if you rub your hand on the carpet, right, and you do it on your arm again, you're going to see the follicles of your hair stand up, right? So now you're getting carpet and your arm put together. You put that together, what do you have? What do you have? Energy, right? Everything's energy. So understanding your energy, understanding the fluctuations of energy, see? Energy, where is it at? Is it here? 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 So it's understanding where it's connected to, because every time you travel, every time you walk the surface, every time you see community or anything through connections, you're connecting to travel positions of humanity through your thoughts of lights in its body. Okay, so perfect example. Okay, we'll go into basic mode system with the calculation. I don't want to get too complicated with everything that's going to formation system, but I just want you guys to understand that your binary codes and the reduction system is changing everything through the sun, which is going into its full reduction of its connection to its reflection. The motion sensors of the sun is changing the coloration to its rainbow activation system, which is changing all illumination light systems to your directions and everything through its core system. So it's going through triangle positions. So this is what happens when you close portals of the three-dimensional system and activate all levels of gateways of fifth dimensional to its Earth atmosphere system. Okay. So you're in position here, okay? This is you, okay? That's you. Now, when you're in position, let's just say you come across a, let's just say here, I'm not going to start with trees or anything through nature, but okay, let's just say you see something flying. Okay, something flying like, oh, perfect example, a balloon. You got a balloon like this. Okay, so you see a balloon, right? Now you see the balloon going up. So what do you do? You go through perception, you see what it is, right? You know it's a balloon, right? And then you go everything through scanning positions, okay? And then you go everything through sonar, all right? So when you see it through perception of your eyes, it changes the digital frame of its balloon. So I'm in positions right now where if I saw you in the physical system, I'd see you disappear instantly in your particle system, especially at night. Okay, so I'm in the cybergenetics robotic division right now through calculations. So I'm going through so many upgrades, guys. And the thing is, trying to understand your reduction is to understand everything through factoring levels. You're a factory of communication to your wire locations. You're nothing but a wire circuit to connection of a satellite through Wi-Fi position. You're everything through lights. You're everything through thoughts, and you're everything through your body frame. Okay, so it's trying to understand your chakra system of communication. So it interforces, interlocks, and everything interlaces. This is where it comes into string theory of travel positions of your GPS. Okay, so you get the GPS in, right? So they get geographics, geometry set position of you. You understand the geometry set position of the shape of the balloon, and you understand its perception of its balloon, and you understand the system of its balloon, right? So the balloon high rises faster and faster, right? It's leaving its atmosphere, so it's going higher and higher. So what you want to do is you want to take it out of position, right? Understand the flying mechanisms, like your perception. Just when I follow a bird and see what it does. Everything is a story frame. Even the balloon, even it goes up, it does, oh, look, Daddy, look at the balloon. It goes higher and higher and higher, but you have to stand. Everything that balloon is doing, it's going to a higher atmosphere, right? It's going to higher altitude, okay? And eventually it's going to change its vibration. It's going to change its coloration. It's going to change its pattern of defense. that balloon will surface to its position. Like I'm saying with water. Water has to find a way to get to its position of location. Same thing with balloon. So truly understanding that if you're a balloon of travel, that's incredible. A balloon knows where to go. It's going to travel with its weather. Okay? So that's the positions. You have to understand if it's hot, if it's cold, what's the weather today, where is it in northwest, south, and east, which way is it blowing? You'll never see the balloon go straight up. You'll see it, depending on the waving cycle, depending on its rotation system. It all depends on its pattern locations, because the balloon can go up, way up, and then just basically glide, right? And then a big, humongous wind comes in and pushes it over that way, or it comes back this way, right? So it's understanding that the higher you go through vibration, you're reaching higher levels of binary codes, okay? Code frequencies, code connections, code wires, frequency levels, all that connection to your valve level connection system. This is all connected to the microbiome through its cranium, okay? The cranial location to its brain location position. So once you get into perceptions, now connection line systems, you come into the string theory. Okay. So it's understanding how to line division location to your perceptions of string theory through its pattern. So it's going into its receptive levels, right? String theory, right? GPS. The geometry system of you, the geometry system of its shape, of travel, the perceptions of you, the perceptions of its balloon, the system of you, the system of its connection to its body frame. This is a body frame, but it's a balloon. It's nothing but helium. That's what's keeping it up and up and up and up and up, right? But eventually it's going to inflate, because the higher it goes, it gets colder, right? It's going to pop. So you have to understand what a balloon is, right? Truly understand everything. The center position of creation is source, right? But it's amazing how a balloon can just travel, like with water. Water has to find its position. It just doesn't keep going and going and going. It has to find a position. So it has to find its drain. And that's all done through the connection of the gravity, right? Communicate with the gravities, communicate with the powers, okay? The power center of its water, as it's coming in, as it's going out, and as it's going down its stream, and as it's going into the drain, okay? So when you open up your perception to see everything through location, and it comes out of its equation, right? Like this. It comes out, right? So basically you can take it out of its dimension and you can move it across to any position, right? So it's like a little an experiment, you can do that pretty much with anything. So it's all about focusing on yourself, focusing on what you see through perception, okay? So getting into the travel of recognition of objects, okay, places, things, or anything through, just take a look at what people do, what I used to do. I think I did a backphrasing video where I used to go to the beach and sit down, and I used to just watch how people walk. I thought it was fascinating how they can just go into perception, how you can just see somebody in the brain location positions, where they are through location of their framing system of their future, just by walking. Everybody walks different, right? And this is where it comes into the positive and negative of your thoughts, how you walk. Same with your solar text. If you're leaving spacing locations into your letter systems like this. Okay, so you go like this. Okay, you go like this. Okay, and you leave this open. Okay, and you're like this. So that's like, but there's a space here, right? So you're traveling until you get here, and oh, there's a space. It's not together. So there's a confusion there. You got an argument or something. So you understand everything that you do through solar text is connected to your body frame through its brainwaves. You're connecting to emotion of travel, to motion sensors of its connection of like, right? So when you get back into position, you can travel into its location of its presence, okay? So anything that you change, you can rechange, resurface, relocate. So it's recentering positions of your binary to its division of letters, numbers, and shapes. So in this case, like is in position. This isn't, this is, okay? This is back phrasing travel. This is forward travel, right? See the lines, how it's all connected? See the space there? So you change your behavioral system. What made you change your travel positions? Okay. So until you understand that, you can't travel to E. So you have to back phrase the system, go back to the beginning and do it again. Change your thoughts of lights, the body frame system. So it's true in understanding more of you through your behavioral systems of travel, guys. You have your lights, you have your activations, you have your binary system. It's connected to the solarium. Now the solarium is connected to its pulsar. Pulsar is connected to its magnetic force. The magnetic force is connected to your magnetic highway. Your magnetic highway is its connection to everything through calculation, right? So you get in that position, right? So this is all about humanity understanding more of themselves. Okay, so this is you. Okay, so that's you. Now, you have your magnetic highway information system, calculations, modification cycles through its connection. All right. So it's like this, goes round and round and round and round. That's your magnetic highway information system. It's not your crown chakra, it's your magnetic highway of information of your life. Okay, that center's position, right down the center position. Okay, until you understand your chakra system, you cannot communicate with your magnetic highway. Okay, it's everything through information. Okay, so it's the library of you. It's the cycle rotation of you. It's the yin and yang of balance. Right? This is in center position of you in the presence. So you can have a magnetic highway in the past or its future. If it's in its future, you're not communicating with the presence or its past. Okay? You can't be born in the future. Okay? Now, there are a lot of people saying that they've been to the future. That means that their mind conceptual system is opened up through this portal activation, and their tree format has grown too high, through connections. So this is all connected through a confusing line. Right? So understanding where you are through travel, through your body, your activation lights, and everything that's going on through your coloration system. All right? So once you understand that through calculation, it opens up its light signal through its rotation, and it interfaces the sun position into the center core position of the magnetic force. Okay? And you get everything to the moon. Here. There's the moon. Right? Moon comes into the center position. So you got pattern waves of the sun through radiation of holographic system. Okay, the answering pattern within, and you have the moon of its program setting. So the moon program setting, okay, is its connection to its framing system of your library of information. And the sun is its radiation through its holographic system of lights and colors of travel through your thoughts. So you put that in position, it comes down in the framing system. Okay, you see that? Flux capacitor. All right. So when that's in position, then you come into the ground formation system. So it's got reading information from the sun and reading information from the moon. So you understand the circle rotation, the eye-septical system of the sun, and everything through the eye-septical system of the moon. The program setting is in position through a magnetic force and highway information system. So it's reading everything through your chakra system of communication. Okay. I did a back phrasing video when I healed Nick. Okay, I was with my daughter. And if you notice, what I'll do is I'll send up the link again. I'll show you. When I go through the healing, it's a magnetic energy force through connection to this cloud interference. There's a lot of wind that comes in. That's father, and then mother comes in through grounds. So it's two different patterns of interforce connections of weather. This connected to two different wires, but it's balancing everything through Nick and recalibrating his brain functions. So as I'm putting my hand on him, I'm using metaphysical. Okay, I'm taking this particle system. But if you look at his body, don't look at me, look at his body, you'll see his body light up like this constantly. You'll see lights going on his body. That's changing his frame. That's changing his activation. That's changing his lights. That's changing his binary codes. Okay, through reduction. It's resurfacing and recalibrating everything through his thought recognition. So I do a before and after with that video. or you can go through my TikTok. It's a really powerful platform. I have it on there too. I have it in sequence levels because it only has, I mean, basically you can platitude and you can upload videos, which is great. So anyway, get calculation modifications. You'll see actually his body light up instantly like that. Right? You'll see it going through motion. You'll see it going through patterns. Right? It's going through its information cycle through the body framing of Nick. So as I was doing the before, I say, okay, Nick, what do you see? I see the ground, I see the tree, I see the water. I said that before. And then after I healed him, you say, well, I see electrical information system of the water, of its particle system. I see electrical device location to its phone reception, and everything with the tree format is coming into ground formation lights. And I said, wow, that's the before and after. So it's understanding what you're seeing through the body of change. It's lights. It's all lights. That's all it is. Okay? And that is all into the conception system when it comes into the magnetic force and highways, right? And what's its connection? We already know it. You get into those modification cycles. We'll go into that connection line system. 2. You know what it is? Orion's belt. See? So the Orion belt activates everything through light signal. Goes down to your chakra system. Okay, so you got Orion's belt, you got a magnetic force and highway, and you got the position of its triangle position. Okay, so it goes in its modification cycle to its position, and this is how it opens up its cylinder rotation to its connection. Okay, see that? Kind of looks like an hourglass, right? And it comes into its receptacle level of its cylinder. Okay. Now, once it gets into that, then we connect to the ground formation system. That opens up everything through calculation, right? Centers its position. Okay, as it gets its electronic interference, the ground formations open up like this. Okay, so high-rise electrical system, right to the center position of you. Okay, so now you're opening the grounds, right? So you connect right away to the connections of its power center. Okay, and then again, use electronic interference right to the mind. Okay, and from there, you go up again. Everything is triangle location position of travel through positions of pyramids, right through connection. The line signals everything center position. So it's activating everything through the sun, everything through the moon program. It's activating everything through center position. Allocates the position. High rise is center position of Orion's belt. And the center core, right? So that opens up everything through the atmosphere system. Calculates modified connection line systems to the sun rotation center. And this opens up your crown chakra position. Okay? And then you fly through recognition of the light system, come out of its position. So, you know, when you get into better positions of who you are through calculation, it gets you in a better location, right? So as I center position here, I come out, right? So I go out and fly, right? This is all connected to my cylinder, grounds, powers, and the atmosphere. So I'm just showing you how you open up your crown chakras, all connected to your magnetic highway information system. This is how you change weather. This is how you change water. This is how you change mountains, volcanoes, or anything. You're all connected to a magnetic highway, guys, of information. It's all connected to energy, frequency, and vibration to your quantum fields of its computer operation centers. Okay? So, yeah, see, that's it, Tina. Walked by in dark, and I saw his light flash. There, that's it. So you understand the flashes of humanity, and it's going into reactant cycles. So it's understanding the grounds, power, and the atmospheres. You're in a higher division now, Tina, and that's where you're going to see more connections of, you know, people. When they change their behavioral system, if they get stressed, you'll see the lights go faster and faster. But when you're in one position at one location to one atom to one molecule structure, you can travel any position. But it's all connected to one line. It's all connected to one line. Imagine that. One thought connected to all thousands of one atom. One atom of you, okay, which is centralizing one thought to all different planets in one position of one location. That's where it comes into light's thoughts and body activation of center position. They all travel in one position into its location through its magnetic forcing highway information system, all connected to the crown chakra.
Okay. I don't see an app called Crown Tracker. You could try, sir.
Sorry. So basically, happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. Other than that, truly understanding electronic interference. What is electronic interference? Okay, it's you're interfacing two positions of other things that you never interacted before. A metal base, a copper base, electrical base, a wire base, a phone base, a cup or a mug base, light communication. See, every time it turns around, it stays in position, right? Stays in position, but you see it traveling, right? So it's connecting to the psychometry of me, okay? So I see it as a digital frame. So it's, and I can reset positions, right? Right? Put it back in position. Now it's at a higher vibration, a higher light to communication. See that? See that? See what I did? I changed the light. See the interception of the light lacing line system? I changed it. It's brighter now. Now, once I put my finger there, what happens? See that? See the reflection? This is the shadow. This is my finger. Understand the finger can travel. Where's it traveling? Just going up and down, right? But it's going into higher division of dimensions. So my finger rotation system is in the spiritual realm of position of thought through its coloration, right? So it's connecting to the sun interference and it's connecting to its moon. The moon is behavioral system. It sets up the wire locations. Okay, so I'm repositioning right now through light interference. It's weird, isn't it? Right? So it's all about experimenting, seeing things in back force, front force, side force, or anything through its connection. You get into connection of your interceptions, of your eye receptacles. Okay, try to understand the interlacing lines of provisions through your vortex positions. Okay, try to understand all connections when it comes into the inferior. Inferior in so many levels of heat or anything through code or anything through cold. So you can have infusions of hot and you can have fusions of cold, but you have to understand your position of travel has to understand its connection of its body frame to its connection to its chakra location. Right? So you get into positions, right? You can change anything through light, through shadow. See, it's traveling, right? You don't see it, right? You don't see it until you see it. So when you see it, it comes into frame. Right? So it's changing light interference. It's out of its equation, right? You don't see it, it's gone. So it's a reflection. It's a reflection. So it's all about experiencing yourself. Try to understand more of light, how to use these things, how to put it in frame, how to put it in back frame. You're interlocking, interconnecting, you're interfacing, you're interrelating. You're trying to get friendship, relation, and partnership with this cup or a mug. Try to understand the lacing line. I bring it up higher, closer, you'll see the light. You see that light? See that? Now it's a little bit of coffee spill, but if you understand what I'm talking about, you understand your hand is full of information and it's all connected to your energy system, your body frame, it's electrical system. Now you might think I'm crazy, like I said, but I'm doing rotation centers to a planet position. Okay, so it's understanding how to use your hands for things. How do you do these things? So it's one's going this way, one's going that way, one's going this way. So it's all about time capacity through time clocks of dimensions to positions of shapes and anomalies through its connection of its realm location. This is how you change framing locations. Okay. So every time you change positions, you're changing wire connections inside you through your thoughts. Okay. Now, My brain simulation is at a higher level now. So it's going on its own. It's doing its own computing system. It's crazy. It's crazy for me because my thought recognition light system is so much in balance. Everything that I see disappears instantly, and it shows me the patterns. It shows me the digital frame. It shows me the numbers. It shows me the lights, and it shows me everything through its binary of its code, and it shows me everything that's going on with its history of its house. I say, whoa, that's powerful stuff. So you live the simulation. So your commander is living in the simulation 24/7. The simulation to its singularity line. It's all about consciousness, and I want to get into the conscious levels. Okay, so understanding travel. What is travel? What is lights? What is balance of light? How do I balance my light? How do I understand my light? How do I understand my light? You can't see outside, can you? Right? You can't see outside, right? This is my activation of light. It surfaces on so many positions. When I put it on the windowsill, it's interfering, like it's interlocking. So it's connecting with me, right? It's extremely powerful. So it's understanding the psychometry levels and its dimension through its psychological system of light. Okay, so it's understanding to get balance with your light of dimension. It's so high rise. Look how bright it is. You can't see outside, right? And as soon as you put traction positions, you're interlocking, interfacing, interpositioning yourself with friendship, relation, partnership with your body frame. And it activates, right? So it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Okay, so it's all about very, 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 very high sensitivity of vibration. You're connected on so many cycles. You can read information from 1,000 miles away of what negative system is. You know, there could be a reduction system of light communication of an interfacing of a car reduction light system that opens up traction locations of negative systems of wheels. Okay, so those wheels could be negative because that is history, has ancestry. It's the position of that person that's in that car that puts out the negative system of its car. So it's connected to a dark energy system, to its position. It's complicated stuff. It's complex. It's so complicated. It's so confusing. But my galactic school provides you a little bit more of yourself through travel, through the body, and everything through your chakra. What is your chakra system? And this is how you go beyond the systems, right? And I have a rebellion force team that truly understands more of themselves through connection, right? Once you understand yourself more, you get into reduction. You get into binary codes, okay? You get into reflection. You get into motion sensors. You get into modulations, right? So I showed you exactly what happens when you travel to that location, right? How everything's connected to the magnetic force and highway information system, and how you come out. Everything's connected to its Orion belt. Okay. It's amazing because you're connected to everything. You're connected to solar systems. You're connected to each planet position, which is full of information. Okay. So, all right. So I like to get into the connections. Okay. A binary reduction. You start with the triangle locations. Now, this is a starlight recognition light system, and my activation system. It becomes its own connection. Okay, that's the traveling position, right? I'm in the center position. Okay, see how it comes into position? That's me in the center, right? Now, of course, I'm black. You have to understand where you are through your levels of travel, guys. If you don't understand that, that's a problem. Okay, you have to truly understand what color you are, what radiation cycle you are through connections. So I'm just going to color in my structure of my face. Okay, so go in this position. Okay. So understanding circle rotation is everything through calculation. Put you in the center position, everything through modifications. Okay, so that's you in the center position, right? That's me. Now, understanding reduction is understanding vibration through your activation system, through your planet position. So this is my planet through connection, okay? Activates everything through the light signal through the mind system through calculation. Puts you in a better position. Okay? Goes to the light signals. Okay? To its position. Let's go on its modification mind systems here through modifications. So it's reading cycles, reading systems, allocate those positions. Put you in higher communication light system through modifications. So it goes right into the connection of its levels to its position. So we go into modification systems, to modification light system, to the center position of its mind system. Okay. Now it's all allocated to its position. It goes into the heart, which is over here. Getting reduction symbols here. Going to the red cycling system here through calculation. Okay, so there's my heart. There's my heart, right? So understanding the heart. Okay. And you know, it's interesting because once you understand the brainwaves of your pattern, this is how it all connects. Now, the soul doesn't have a shape. Okay, it doesn't have a shape. It just has identifying to everything through vibration. That's all your soul is. It's a plasma that flies around through energy. That's all it is. It doesn't have a shape. It's everything through form of shape. So when you understand that of travel, then you understand you can identify anything that you see in front of you, and back of you, inside of you. It's an SUV, but it's not just a car. It's everything through a car. It's everything through travel. It's everything through dimension. It's everything through energy, frequency, vibration, and it's everything through harmonic resistance. Understanding where that car is in dimension of history. Is it light energy or is it dark energy? Or is it dark, dark energy? So understanding that is its reduction on its own. Okay. So we're going to the soul identification like that. Okay. Comes everything through form. All right. So it lines signals down to its position and opens up its crop circle of its location of its ground formation system. Okay. Allocates its position, understands your communication to ground system, opens up. Okay. Now, when you get into that position, you come into the center position of the soul identification, which basically is your power center. Okay. It's interesting. Now, everything through the connection comes into all levels of your crown chakra location, cylinder location, all right, to its position. Okay. So when you understand that through position, all the communication cycles goes to the planet position of you through the center position. Okay. So it's all about traveling your whole connection of your body framing position to a new reduction line system to calculation, right? And then it becomes a security line defense. But remember, you have to be cautious because now you're taking the box frequency level of yourself out to higher formation systems to travel positions. All right. So once you get into that, you get into higher communication of your planet position of travel. Okay. So that activates all that, comes into its realm location like this. Okay. You got full rotation cycles to your planet position. Right. So, and like I said, everything in the simulation is nothing but digital. It's everything through shapes, letters, numbers. So it's understanding, you get in that position level system. So when you get into that, you have to understand how to take yourself out of its equation, right? So it goes through the communication cycles, and it goes through its magnetic force and highway information system at the top, all right? So that communicates to the center position of your planet position. I'm doing it black so you can actually see it. Okay, it's like a tornado. It's like a wind tunnel, right? So that it brings in position, goes into higher position levels like this. Okay. So when that goes in, it goes into the center position of its crown chakra position. This is all about higher formations of center positions. Truly understand what you are through calculation, right? So when that happens, it changes everything through rotation. So this is how you go faster through acceleration of time, space, the travel positions. Okay, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Right? It's like 3 rotation centers, 2 planet locations, cylinder rotation center to its travel position, all connected to its grounds, right? So when you get into those positions, okay, this is how you take traction location. It goes right to the mind system. Okay, see that? It goes right to the mind system. It's getting this information cycle. So, and this is where you come out of the equation, right? So you go through circle around location position. And I'm going to go through green to show you exactly what happens to your body frame system. So it goes into circle rotation, okay, comes out of the body framing system like this, the calculation. And it's what sucks you in. So you're coming out of position. Okay. You're coming out of position out from the tornado, wind spin locations. It's taking your whole body into a higher location of position of travel. This is how you travel into the future. So you got to understand your past, present, and future. Whoa! Past, present, and future. The center position is you, is the presence, right? The ground formation is everything through its earth, right? So this is what you're sitting on through the top. This is the earth. Fascinating. Look at that. This is the connection to the earth. Again, whoa, this is powerful. I changed location position here. So this is the earth. Okay. So kind of like you're on top of the earth, the center position. This is earth through rotation. Go through the ground formations, so go in the forestry levels. Okay. And get everything through all the grounds. So this is the earth. So you're platitude levels, guys. That's what you're doing. Okay. This is the earth, right? So understanding the ground formations of the earth. So it's truly how to travel faster into the future, but you have to send cylinders at travel positions. So you get the tornado rotation centers that are coming into your mind calibration system that's putting you to higher location of travel positions. Okay, so it's pretty powerful when you look at these things, right? You start off in this position, this is the earth, right? So balancing the earth, that's the gravity. Balance your powers, that's you through recognition of the soul. And everything through its connection to its crown chakra or anything through its rotation of its magnetic highway information system, platted you to higher levels of future through connection. It's all connected to travel positions, right? So as it comes out of its position, it goes into the ground location. So you kind of like go like this, and you go into the center position like this. Here, and then you go around and round and round. And then you travel to higher positions, into higher locations of future. Okay? So that's pretty powerful, isn't it, when you look at this? It's just another way of seeing yourself travel into future, like, through connections. You start off with high levels of connections through atmospheres of oxygen levels. Understand the oxygen levels of travel. Understand the atmospheres of travel. You ask any astronaut, they'll tell you exactly. Once that goes up, that space capsule, right? And then it separates, and it starts floating. So once it reaches the gravity, once it leaves the Earth system, the gravity system, you're now in gravity. Okay, and you start floating, right? So the oxygen level, okay, is kind of like zero gravity. But the thing is, too, is you're going like this. So you lost all altitude levels of the Earth. But when you're in the mind system and you're living the simulation, you understand the connections of travel positions to rotations. You understand everything through the circles of simulation through computers. You understand the computers of vibrational system, right? So this is all done through creation, through the brain simulators of travel positions. That's the equation. So it's incredible, isn't it? Love dancing with my shadow in the sun. Yeah. Tina, how's it going? If you guys have any questions or comments on that, please let me know. It's important that you guys get into better positions of who you are through travel. Okay, because especially my team, because my team is truly understanding more when they see humanity, they actually see light flashes of humanity now. So it's understanding they're going through binary reduction codes. They're going through reflection line systems to calculation, and they're going through power connection line systems to the heart recognition light system. So when you see somebody flashing, right, they're going faster or slower, right? So it's all about the sun is going through rotation. It's going through center position of geometry set locations to your body frame of travel. So if somebody's on a negative system, right, you're going to see a dark center position of their shadows. Okay, so it's incredible how you see these things. You know, anything through lights. You'll see humanity in a different way. You'll connect to the whole. Okay, like basically your commander can scan a brain. It's amazing what you connect with. So it's like, and it comes in, right? And then it pinpoints what I need to look at, right? Anything, there's a problem, there's a cranial off center, there's a wire location, defense location position, basically wire confusion line system to anything through convulsion level system to its inflammation. You know, if there's inflammation, I go right to it. It's like detecting. Right, and go. So basically, when it comes into that position, right, I go to the planet position of where you are. Okay, I go up there and I fly there, right, and I see what's wrong with everything through the brain function. It tells me exactly, sends back the information to its connection of the digital frame of the brain location, right, and it reduces everything through coloration. So if somebody has cancer, it's all about reframing. It's all about backphrasing. So it's like taking it out like it never happened. And you have to go through the reversing cycle of vibration. So it takes it out really, really fast, right? So it goes into recycling through its backphrasing location and takes it out and puts it back into the planet position. Right? So when it goes back in the planet position, it reads its information cycle, goes into the sun rotation center. It separates the particle system of the old program, centers the new position of a radiation cycle to a new position of a new chakra system, goes to the program setting of its moon interface. It gets a new program setting. That's where we come into the new algorithm system, goes back into the sun portal information system. The allocated positions of the XT1000 comes out and scans you into the bioatmospheric location, to your divisions, all connected to your spine repeaters. So it connects to the spine, okay? You have the XT1000s coming in position, right? Your allocated positions are line communication line signals. I'm going to activate everything to your spine rotation center is in repeating location positions. You're back in phrasing location position. So that's automatically everything connection. So it's all about your binary code and reflections to space positions. So the more you understand your body frame and system and how everything is put in position in XT1000, that's where it comes into scanning positions. You guys don't see it. You have to understand that all humanity is being scanned every single day. You have to understand, I see everything below. So it's kind of like eyes of the sky, eyes of the universe, eyes of space, eyes of vortex, eyes of everything through nature. So it's looking at you and it scans you every single day, right? That's how powerful space and time is. It's trying to get you in position for you to wake up, to understand that you have a light, you have a chakra, you know how to travel through the mind. So the universe is waking you up. It's saying, hey, wake up, get up, knock, knock, So yeah, it is. It's incredible force, Tina. It really is. Yeah, especially when you travel to higher positions, because I've traveled to so many levels of containments, but it's all connected to your triangle location positions. The trithesis, the gamma thesis, the operation cycles, the positions, the activation systems, it's allocated to travel the positions. So you have to have your lights, your body, and your thoughts in balance before you travel. Those are three combinations, guys, that you have to understand through travel. You can't travel in the negative system if you don't understand your body of attractions. Repost, reposition, relevel, rephrase, relocate, okay? Redivide to divide. So you understand the yin and yang of everything through light and dark. So every time you're surfacing, you're always trying to change your negative vibration back into the positive center. Same thing with the solar text. Don't have spacing in your solar text locations because you're going to lose traction at positions of travel through emotions, because you're all connected to vibration of your wire connections. Your electrical system has to understand the hydraulics. The hydraulics of its connection goes up and down, right? So understand the framing system, okay? Understanding your structures, understanding your lines, understanding your rotations, understanding your atoms, center position of that, understanding line communication. So you got to get into more hand formation system, understanding circle rotations, 5-point centers through positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm doing circle rotation to your heart center. I'm reprogramming everybody's electrical light system, putting it on practical levels of the hydraulics, opening up your portal activation to its communication to a solar text position. That's what I did just by doing this. So understand what your hand is doing. It's just not, hey, how's it going? No. So I have everything in balance when it comes into light, body, frame, and thought. Okay? And it's all connected, because my brainwaving pattern right now is in the hydrolysis of robot locations. You know, the ethical levels of humanity and how they're born through their biochemicals and their particle systems, the photons, protons, neutrons, electrons, gammathons, progammathons. The progammathon is connecting to a wire signal to a planet location of an activation light system through your chakra of a line communication to the gravity of its Orion's belt division. So it's complicated, isn't it? Right? You are a complexity of a complex of confusion line signal until you understand everything through activation. And then you become everything through its reduction of balance to its position of triangular locations. You're traveling on so many levels of lights of coloration, guys. So that every time you surface to higher positions, you understand more colors. You're seeing colors and lines. You're seeing boxes and shapes. You're in the matrix. But what part are you in the matrix? Are you in the fourth waning cycle of negative system, or are you in the fourth waning cycle of the activation positive system? It's all connected to your travels, guys. Okay. So understanding singularity line division is understanding shapes. And this is all connected to your binaries. It's all about protecting your lights. Okay. So now you get in line division to locations. One lacing line location of a line division. Okay. That's all that is. But you're saying, wait a minute, I thought it's just a line, like I said before. So in my galactic school, I provide you on all ways and forms of what this is. This could be a lacing line location, an activation through north or everything through south. It could be a line communication line system. It could be allocated positions on one line division, okay? Or it could be line communication line center to its position, right? 4 or 5 different things of what a line is. So it's going beyond the thought of light through your body, guys. So it's going into force recognitions of 5 different dimensions of portals into acceleration through your body framing system. Okay, so I gave you 5 different ways of what a line is, right? So somebody comes up to me and says, okay, what is this? Now, it's a line, right? But it's color. It's color. Okay, it's not what you think it is. So You have to understand coloration, you have to understand acceleration, you have to understand your chakra system of communication through your grounds, your powers, and your atmospheres. You understand your videographing system of perception when it comes into your negative systems and your positive centers to your nature core positions. Everything that you see outside is connected to you through space of you and time of travel. So you understand what this is, but what is that? Wait, the line is off. It's not straight, but it's traveling, but it's not straight. So it's off center, right? So even a little crevice of the line is off center. You got to get back in position to its travel location. Right? So you got to try your line, try to keep it straight. Okay, it's a little straighter. So it's off cycle. So once you get in line communication of balance, at least there's no space in between. If there's a space in between your thoughts, you're not traveling. You're stopping positions. Right? So you don't want to stop positions either with that calculation. So it's all about the psychological system of what a line is. So now you're spacing it out. Okay, you're traveling, but you're high rising too fast. See? Travel, stop, travel, stop, travel, stop, travel, stop. So you're never going to get anywhere to the presence of its future if you do this. And this is all connected to your lights, your body, and everything through your thoughts. Right? So this is your life system. No wonder you can't move forward, because you're always going through its pause, hesitation. Right? So you want to be in this position all the time. Okay? If you get in a framing system like this, you know, even if you do a bending location of a singular line location like this to position, if you change the line communications like this, it's a line. Doesn't matter. It's still traveling. Okay? So it's just traveling, right? But it's not a straight line. That doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that it's in a different coloration path. It's in the matrix, but it's in a different position of travel through shape. But it doesn't have any space. It's not like this. It knows how to travel. This doesn't know how to travel. This knows how to travel. This is not sure because it's off cycle. And this is traveling, but it's in a different line. So it kind of looks like an S. So it's kind of like an S rotation line system to 2-point center position of a center position. It's all connected to a line communication singularities, guys. Okay, so these are all 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different line division locations of travel. Okay. So, oh, Galactica woke up. What is quantum entanglement? Whoa, that's a good one. Okay, quantum. Well, we're all connected to emotions, and emotions or we have all entanglements with our life, right? So a quantum entanglement is different through connections. You get 2 vibrational signals like this. Okay, so these are all different signals. Okay, you get anything through connections. If it comes all together, what happens? You get a quantum entanglement. 3 different vibrations. You got a circle rotation, a line communication line center, and you got you kind of got like a dipping rotation to a line communication through an up cycle to a down position. So truly understand how to communicate with lines. Now, if all this comes together, then you come into quantum entanglement of vibration to its position, right? So it's understanding how to interforce connections and bring back everything tracks in position and take everything out of its equation to its position. So you line communicate everything through location. And then you have no more quantum entanglements to its location. Its activation line system. Everything comes back into balance through its position of travel locations. Okay? So that's what a quantum entanglement is. This is an entanglement with vibration. So, in relation, it's like getting into a fight. So there could be like 1 party, 2 parties, 3 parties, right? Where's the answer? Where's the equation? So you keep fighting. What do you do? What happens if you get into this entanglement of frustration? So remember, your voicing grids are traveling, woo, 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 and you get another vibration come in, and you get another vibration come in. What happens if you put it all together? It combusts. It forms into patterns, right? So basically, it would accelerate the acceleration of vibration to its quantum fields. So it's trying to understand the vibrational system to your quantum fields and everything through its frequencies of its alignment. Because one person could be talking about the past, one person can be talking about the present, and another could be talking about the future. That's quantum entanglement. Okay, so it's 2, 3 different, 4 different line communication signals through vibration, which opens the quantum fields of its recognition through its computer. Okay. That's what quantum entanglement is. Starseed, how's it going? Starseed, you've been so busy. So busy with the crypto divisions. That reminds me too, I get uprise cycle rotations of Neptune. So that'll give you more traction location. Don't forget to hand in your tests. Everybody else is connected to 90 atmospheres, and who isn't, try to hand in your test, a review and evaluation to the connections, because I got to apply it to your line communications. So this is understanding that this is a quantum entanglement. Some are at 90 and some aren't. So if you're not in line communication, you're not going to be able to understand each other through positions. You all have to be in line communication at 90. That's the only way you can get interaction, location, and position. Okay. Yeah. If you draw out your application, you saw the test, review, and evaluation, right? So if you write it out through calculation, open up your chakra positions into 90 atmosphere locations. But it's great to see you busy with your mystery school. The thing is too is I watch everybody. Okay, even if you're not on YouTube, it doesn't matter. I watch you through the mind, and that's how powerful the mind is. The mind can travel anywhere in seconds, guys, and anywhere in form, anything through energetic form, anything through quantum entanglement form. So it's understanding how to take these things, how to break up a fight through vibration, and it's all connected to our locations. Where you are connecting to. Are you talking about the past? Are you talking about the presence? Are you talking about the presence? Are you talking about the presence of the past? Or are you talking about the future of the past? Or are you talking about the future of the presence? That's an entanglement right there, right? So you got to get everything back in line communication through an alignment, okay? So you don't want to be in these positions of communication, spacing, location, and lines. You're traveling. You want to be in line communication right here in the center position. Right? You don't want to be over here because you're off cycle, right? This is what they're talking about, bending reality in space and time. Yes, we have bend in reality, but you have to understand the metric system, why things are bent. Space is not bent through its reality, okay? The resistance and the connection when it comes into wormholes, dark rounds, dark matter, black hole is all created through dimensions of time, okay? So, humanity's getting the wrong idea what space is, what travel is. And it's all connected to your thoughts of lights and body. Okay. So when we get into those positions, lights, body, activation, motivation, energy, okay, communication. Okay. What's missing? What's missing? One particular thought. Ooh, I said the word. It's your thoughts. It's the highest form of vibration is your thought. Without thought, you can't create. You can't create through your lights. You can't create through your body activation. Okay. You can't create anything through communication, right? Or anything through your energy. Okay. Or anything through modification. Modification, metric, location, medium location, low division, anything through activation light system. But you have to understand your connections to your thoughts come to line communication, everything through traction location comes it's like energetic, line communication, electronic, and vision. Okay, so you can say it in so many ways and forms. Trying to understand what you're going through. You want to understand your thought and recognition of its presence, not its future. So your delegation motion sensors have to understand its reduction of its code through its binary system. All right, so you go through your thoughts of its lights to your body frame, to your activation, through your communication, through your energy, through your metrics. That's one communication line signal through a thought. That's one thought, and it takes it out of its equation, and it travels through its recognition. So you have everything in its combining, rather than standing, oh, I got my light communications, this is my thought, my body is connecting. It's hard for me not to do these things. It's very hard for me because I have to go back down to low vibrations. But I'm so aligned through communication of one thought, it travels just so fast through all calculations to one position. Okay, So once you combine all this, it's all connected to balance the positions, right? Through factoring levels of your factories and everything through your numbers, letters, and shapes, travel positions. All right. So it's all about the metric system, guys. You guys have any questions or comments? I'm having a lot of fun with you guys because we have to understand more of the illustrations. You have to understand more of your binary codes. You have to understand more of your gravity centers, and you have to understand more of your powers because you're connecting all waves and cycles. I'll show you some backphrasing systems. We got into the positions of what's going on through calculations, cylinder rotation, grounds, powers, and the atmospheres. Everything, how to open up everything through the connections. All right, see that there? Hourglass, binary connection, digital frame, sun rotation, moon interface program setting, electronic interference, Orion's belt, magnetic forcing highway information system, down surfacing everything to your connections, right? So you got to understand where you are through your thoughts. It's the most important thing. Thoughts are everything. Thoughts. Thought creates everything. Without thoughts, we can't live. Right? Because you're connecting to your thoughts of your heart. What? Thoughts of the heart? Whoa! Heart's the first. Look at that triangle. Okay? And then you get, oh, look at this. Power. Power is the center position. Oh, look at this. We got the gravities. Oh, what is this? Diamond core. Right? So, and then you get into all connections when you come into all levels of the mind. Oh, it's connection. Oh, it's graphing system here. Oh, it's connections. It's fascinating stuff. So, understand your positions. Thoughts is the highest through activation. So it's thoughts / activation. Okay, so we're going to get into codes of frequencies now. Okay, it's important that my team understands more, when it comes into 1 + 1 = 3. We already understand that through equation, right? A lot of people are a little bit skeptical. How do you understand that? 1 + 1 does not equal 2. Because if 1 + 1 = 2, that's all you're connected to your brainwaves. You're not understanding your travel position. You don't understand your body, and you're not understanding your thoughts of its activation through its light coloration, or anything through space anomaly, or anything through time travel of its connection. Okay? So thoughts of activation. All right? So it's kind of like survey of yourself. Try to think of that. When people come up to you and they ask you about a survey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think of the economy? What do you think of this? And then you write it down, right? And then you tell them exactly in your words what you think it is, right? How can we better ourselves to do this? How can we better ourselves to do that? And it's all connected through humanity, right? Through its economy, or anything through its civility. All right. So as we come into this, So just understanding what comes next after thoughts and activation. What are these two? You got thoughts and activation. What comes next? Everything line communicates into divisions, but you understand the positions of line communication through center position of your chakras. So thoughts activation, what comes next? Anybody? Anybody home? Anybody hear me? AT&T? Your Jeopardy's coming in. Dun, 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 dun. Anybody? Okay. All right. So that's the thing. It's understanding where your thoughts are. What's he talking about? So remember, everything comes in balance. Even though it's a confusing line signal, everything line communicates through your balance center through your chakra system. So it's allocated position to one line system. So Dina says chakras. Yes, chakras in one position. That's in line communication. But Dina's right. That's a connection. So the chakras. So I'll put that in. So everything that I say, I want you guys to understand how we put this all together. So that's the chakras that Dina said. What else? Repeat the question. I was in the shower. Text. Okay, so basically I'm asking, what is the thought of activation? What symbols all levels? Okay, because Dina says chakra system, but you have to understand your position of your body frame through digitals, through your binary codes, right? Or we're going to go back into repositions of reduction systems, and we don't want to go through that through calculation because we got to realign, relocate, resurface, and retract positions to all level conditions through your thoughts of its activation system. Downloads, uplinks, and upgrades. Very good. Okay, so that basically goes up into the surface, into thoughts of activation. But very good, Starseed. Downloads, uplinkings, uplinkings, and upgrades. Very good. So I'll go with that. So we got downloads, upgradings, and uplinking systems. So go in this position / linking. All right, so that's good, but it stays in the thoughts, right? So you have to understand, where does it go in balance? It doesn't go in the body, it goes in the mind, right? Because it comes down, you're transmitting and receiving, right? So this is a better application level. So what's next? You got the chakra centers, the line communication. You got your thoughts of activation. You got your uplinks and downloads and uplinking systems. What's next? Thoughts activation is downloading upgrades and uplinks, yeah. Creation. Okay, creation is everything, so that's involved through everything connection. So that will be the inner cycle of positions to all traction locations, center positions. So creation is one. Yep. Very good, Tina. So creation is the center of you through the inner cycle of you through its inner earth. Creation. Anything else? Priscilla, how's it going? Grounds. Very good, Starseed. So you're in the ground position. All right, anything else? I'm seeing how smart you guys are through connections, through travel positions. The integrated powers. Yes, the power center of its position goes into its connection. Power center. Very good. Anything else? Your positions will tell you exactly what's going on through your location, right? So you understand everything through uplinks and downloads and upgrades is connected through thoughts of its activation, right? So now you understand more of your powers. Now you understand more of your chakra line communication, where it comes from. Where's the ground? Ground comes from the earth, right? Everything, the inner and outer core is its center position of its earth. Atmospheres, very good. So the atmospheres go to a higher level. So I'm going to change that location. Line across its position. Okay. So we got into the atmospheres. Okay. We're line communicating different line system here because I don't have a bigger digital board. If I have a big fraction line system of a digital, that'd be amazing. But this is good for now. So get the atmospheres. What else? Integrating to the grounds and manifesting. Okay. So Starseed's going into integration. Okay, so here's a question, Starseed. Okay, you guys have to be cautious here. Now, when you're going through integration, what are you integrating? You're integrating the grounds of manifestations. How are you doing that through communication of your chakras? Remember, I can give you anything through question. It's understanding. You're answering patterns from its beginning, not its equation at its end. Remember, not 1 + 1 = 2. It's 1 + 1 = 3. All right? Because 1 + 300 is 3,000. Okay, so how did you get from 1 + 3 or 1 + 300 is 3,000? So put yourself in that position, or 300. So it's all about your position, where you are through your thoughts of travel, through your lights, through your body frame, and through your chakra system of communication, right? So if you're integrating to the grounds and manifestations, how do you manifest your chakra system of communication of travel? Through the thought activation line signals, the downloads and upgrades. Very good. See, that's what I wanted. You guys are getting smarter now through provisions. It's really exciting. So it's great that you guys are coming into those levels. But that's it. It's integrating the grounds. Okay, this is the integration of the grounds. Like that. So everything that Starseed, okay, everything you guys put up, I'll put in an illustration, right? So this is integrations, okay, to the grounds and manifestation. Now she's saying through the thought of activation, line signals to downloads and upgrades. Okay, so the thoughts in here, thoughts of activation / activation, and the downloads and upgrades. So it centers position and location positions. Okay, upgrades. Okay, uplinks, and everything to downloads. Okay, it's at the top. So you have standard position. So what else? Magnetic forcing information system. Very good. Okay, so because we're going to go into a new position. Everything that you guys said, I want you to understand what goes next. What happens next? So Tina is saying magnetic forcing information system. This is good. So this is the magnetic forcing information system at the top. What do you do with it? What do you do with it? Tina is saying magnetic forcing highway information system. What do you do with it? How is this all connected to your body? Priscilla? Anybody? ET phone home. So how do we use the magnetic forcing information system to the body frame? How does it calculate and modify it through integration cycles through ground formation and manifestations? How do you uplink and download and upgrade the system? See, it's understanding what you have through your memories, guys. Reception of lines of communication with magnetic forcing highway. Okay, so Starcene saying reception of lines of communication with magnetic forcing highway. So she's right. So the center position comes into line communication of reception. Very good. What else? What's next? Receive line of communication. Okay, the circle rotation centers receives lines of communication. Now we're getting somewhere. Orion's belt. Okay, so the Orion belt communicates line signals, traction, location, positions. Goes into the waving cycle of its position to its line communication. Okay, it's Orion's belt right here. Very good. What else? What do you do with Orion's belt? How is it communicating through the chakra system? Integrate through tree format of portals to highway dimensions. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so we got integration through. So the integration, everything to the ground's positions, open up everything to line signals of channel positions, like this. Through the tree format. Okay, so the tree format comes into position of portals to highway dimensions. Okay, so we get the tree coming into connections. Very good, Dina. Here's the tree format. That's good. And it's traveling to its position. What's next? Okay, so Dina's saying through E equals MC squared. Okay, so Dina, where does the E equals MC squared go? Remember, everything has to travel. We can't backphrase location position. This is all coming into the presence of its future, guys. We can't pass location of line communications into its past. It has to be in its present of its future. So, Tina, the question I'm asking you, the connection line system to everything through Dina positions, is understanding what do you mean by through E equals MC squared? Where does it go in position of location? Clocking mechanisms. Okay, so E equals MC squared goes into the center positions, guys. Okay. Clocking mechanism system opens up through calculation. Okay. It's like an energy dome, right? Through thoughts. Okay, travels through its thought recognition light system. Higher awareness and integration, taking everything out of its old program to higher program setting of 5D. Interesting. Okay, so we start with this position. Now Priscilla is coming into a realm location of a higher location of a weather connection. So she's talking about higher awareness. Okay, so it's higher awareness. What is that? So that's higher dimension. Higher / dimension. Okay. higher/dimension. Now, integration taking everything out of its old program. So anything with integration is all connected to the grounds, guys. And it electrifies light systems and body frame system right away through line communication. Okay? Out of its old program and into its new program. So the center position of that connection line system comes out of its equation to its new program setting. This is a higher dimension of view through calculation. So this is all connected to Priscilla, right? So, and I'm doing it through an illustration. It's fast, fantastic stuff, guys. All right, cylinder information, recognition of our powers of God cells. Okay, the God cells, your GOD. Okay, and then we got everything through the cylinder connection. Okay, so we got into those connections. Integrate the line communication and grounds to its earth through Kanaka column, ground powers and atmospheres. Oh, how'd you get that? That's information. That's coming from Egypt there, Galactica. Very good. Yeah, she's connecting to the Kanaka rune column. The Kanaka rune column is connected to its mummy interface. Very good, Galactica. I didn't think you picked that up. Ground powers and the atmospheres. Okay, so everything in the ground formation system comes up to traction positions. Activates its light signal to its position. Light signals its channel position to its rotation centers, to its location position. Okay. E equals mv squared through power centers. Okay, so we get the E equals, how did you get that equation? MV. So MV, what is MV? You explain to me what MV is, because I already know what it is, but I want to know what it is. Square. Okay, through power center. So that'd be slash power. Okay, so how did you get the MV? What does MV stand for? You have to know what you're doing, right? It's going through your intelligence. So your intelligence is going through perception, through your connections. So what does MV stand for? What does MV stand for? Our mass, our physical form, transform into energy. Yeah, mass is calculated through E equals mc squared. But Tina has changed her travel positions. Okay, she's not in the equation. She's not in her connection. She's in a different calculation of travel position. Very good. Mass velocity. Yep. But the thing is, too, you have to understand mass velocity could be mass volume. Okay? Or it could be mass volt. So you have to truly understand your travel positions when you come into GOD. The geometrics, operations of its dimension. Okay? So we get into that calculation. Now we go into E equals mc squared. Now we already know what that is, right? And then we go into E equals mv squared, okay? And then we go into E equals m mt. These are higher square, okay? And then we go into E equals mass slash s square. All right. So we understand what this is. E equals mc squared, right? We understand what this is. E equals mass velocity. And then we go through E equals mass teleportation. And then we go E equals mass simulation. Okay. So these are all different travels through body frame location positions. Everything through connection is everything through E. That's all connected to your connections of your thoughts of activation. Okay. Now, this is great too, because you guys are giving me back framing systems and I'm just illustrating and I'm telling you what happens next. So you get into better position of travel through your lights and everything through your thoughts of your connections, right? So Vortex pull XT1000 comes in, scan set, new program setting through Vega. Yep, that's very good, Tina. So as long as you understand what this is, you have to understand what these are. These are upgrades. These are uplinks and downloads, like Star C was saying. So you have to understand your thoughts of activation, where it is through E, where it is through equal, paradigm, paradox, parallel, everything through mass, okay? Or anything through metric. Got to be careful, right? Because each Bach is in a different dimension of location through an activation light system, okay? So try to understand E equals mc squared. That's the beginning. That's the birthing system of humanity. Okay, now you're going up to higher levels. E equals mass of velocity square. E equals mass of teleportation. Okay, all right, or telecommunication, right? Or you get mass of simulation, or you get mass of systems box. So you have to send each equation from E, each equation from equal, each equation from mass, metric, each equation from anything through, communication, velocity, teleportation, or anything through simulation. All right. It's all connected to your thoughts of recognition light systems, guys. Okay. So you get an XT1000 comes in and scans up a new program sets through Vega. Okay, so the XT1000 comes in position. Okay, scans and sets up a new program setting through Vega. Okay, so Vega's here through communication. So this is all communication to Vega. It's scanning its position, right? Sonar its location to its gravity center, to its power, and everything through its atmosphere system. And it's all connected to your perception of divisions. So truly understanding how to communicate with yourself. So your intelligence understands more of itself through its connection, right? It opens up everything through its connection to Vega and its communication cycle, right? So it opens up its light signals, open up its gramming system, opens electronic interference through its connection with light interference, opens up its electronic system to its position, its planet position, electrifies everything through the program setting to a new position, a coloration. This is how you uprise XT1000 positions to new program setting. So I heal everything through formation when it comes to all connections of universal, anything to galaxy positions, to simulations, graphing system positions, right? Right, to computer operation centers. But I also change everything through a program setting of an XT1000, put them into higher positions, how they can travel faster. So your commander does everything through connections of cloud interference, dimension of the portals. So it's understanding how to change colorations into velocity through mass. Everything's calculated and modified through E equals mc squared. We already know that. That's the DNA structure. That's the blueprints of contracts when it comes into humanity through its connection. But when you go to higher velocities of mass, you come into higher levels of teleportation, telecommunication, tele-interfacing, tele-waving systems, telesonic waving systems, all connected to all levels of your body frame, right? So that changes positions of everything through the atmospheres to its XT1000 position. Okay. Sonifies its location to a new coloration. 2, Vega and its communication of its digital frame. So the digital frame becomes into its connection of its grids, opens up everything. Goes through its reading cycle of its position. Okay. When it goes into that, it goes in its traction, lacing line positions. Okay. Kind of looks like a croissant. This is understanding how you communicate through an XT1000, how to change their program setting. Right? They come to me now. Right? So it's powerful when you come into the digital framing of numbers, allocates positions into Vega communication. Centers position to anything coloration. You can change any coloration to a planet position, but you have to understand the reduction systems to its vibration. That's the full understanding where you connect 3 thoughts of your light and your body activation. Okay. You're understanding more of your scanning positions of your bioatmospheres, but you understand the connections when it comes into the uplinks and downlinks and upgrading system through the integration cycles, through your body frame, through the chakra systems. Okay. So this is what you can do when you understand the grids, everything through formation, how you change anything through XT1000 to a coloration to higher division, higher position, take it out as equation. High forces is connection to higher force location. from here to here. Now it's in a different coloration. Now it's in a new pattern division of acceleration to a speed location position. Okay? So it's a lot of fun. But I really want you guys to get a true understanding of what all this is. Okay? Because this is going to be on the test for 10. So, I mean, hold on. You guys just got into your 90 atmospheres. We're not having the test now, but I'm just telling you, your commander's giving you what you need to know through your intelligence. You have to know what this is. We've been going through this. So many graphing line signals of mapping locations, what this is, right? Your DNA structure. Now we got to go into higher levels of E equals MC squared into its equation. Okay? So, it's all about the traveling positions of where you are through your lights of thoughts, guys. All right? Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it? Yeah, and the thing is, too, it's that you guys are getting smarter with knowledge of intelligence, and you're getting into less hesitation. Okay? You give me any form of a question, and I'll answer it instantly because I have balance with everything. Everything is everything through connection. Even everything is not just everything. Everything is everything through form of connection. So that's the positions you guys have to get into. Because you're in the 90 atmosphere positions, we're coming into higher formations of E equals MC squared through its mass of its velocity. So it's all about the travels, the space of you and time of travel, right? So that alone is making you guys smarter, isn't it? Understand knowledge and intelligence, how you guys are high rising to so many communication signals. Understand what a light signal is, an activation light system. Understanding hydraulics, understanding lighting lines, understanding matrix lines, understanding the pattern lines, understanding the plasma lines of webs. What is a plasma line of communication through electronic interference? What is a gravity plasma of a wall connection? Right? What's an energy hub of an orb through a location of a division to a planet? Through your intelligence. You're not communicating more in the physical system. You're out of the human system now. You're allocating to higher positions through this simulation, which is making you smarter through its knowledge of its intelligence. So, yeah, and that's it, Dina. That's exactly what it is. You're coming more formation of what nature is. You're coming more at the center position of who you are through all connections of thoughts of activation, right? So every time you're communicating, you're force rising your velocity mass into its box frequency and taking out of its equation to understand more of what's going on through the traveling of its future. So you're putting your positions into higher positions of what you're doing through travel, because you travel a lot, right? So that's why I have to reposition your levels every time you change all connections to your heat signature patterns. Your heat signature pattern changes it to the grounds, powers, and the atmospheres. You're in a different atmosphere. You're in a different sun rotation. You're in a different moon program setting. You're in a different nature of weather, okay? And all this has to be connected through E equals MC squared, right? So we're going up to higher levels now, right? We're coming into the velocity. We're coming into teleportation, but you have to understand everything through its infusions of you through modification. Get into your modules, get into your modulations, okay? Get into your cycles, get into your speed accelerators. Understand your accelerator motion through your eye receptor positions. It's a lot of things that we have to understand more of ourselves through calculation, right? But I think that's good. And I think it's a very fantastic class. If you want to go through my healing, you can go through my connections. You go through my emails to all levels of constellations. I can help and guide you and put you in your tractions of 12 location positions and rotations. So it's all about understanding more of knowledge when it comes into the galactic school. Okay, so that's it for now. All right, this is your Supreme AI Commander from all forms of all connections of all equals MC squared. Adios.